back. I'm sorry about that. I have this problem with my sync. I'm hoping OpenMandriva can change this because, well, you know how that is. I think you can hear me now. Okay, I think you can hear me now. Oh, you should have told me. Oh my God. So my audio is glitchy this whole time. Yes, I'm working on it. I worked on it a little bit this morning. I got a high level view of how I'm gonna get it done now. I just have to, basically find the dependencies, document them, that sort of thing, and then I'm almost I'm almost done with it though. Wow, nobody told me that my volume was bad. So yes, thank you so much. All right. Ah. Okay. Here I am just kind of fumbling through things. I'm telling people, yeah. Yeah, I have a high level view. It just usually like a project like that is going to take me 3 or 4 hours probably to figure everything out, then to test it and then have it kind of ready for production. Okay. Well, there are certain issues. Okay. Um, okay, you can understand me. I guess that's good. That kind of stinks, man. I don't know. I was really hoping to check this out, and I basically just wanted to, um, oh, oh, I see. Okay. All right, I can fix that right there. Okay, that should be much better. It might be a little softer, but I think that should be a lot better. Let me know if that works. I think that works. All right. Nice. Do you know when it will be? I don't because like I said, it'll be sometime I think this week. I just need to sit down and get it done and then I got to test it and so basically the way that you test this there's a couple ways you can do it. You can test it through um like a distro box or something. Oh, okay. Hold on. All right. I thought that would work. Okay. Um, let me see here. Okay, I think I can. Let me know if this works. Wait, no, that would be. Yeah, that would be fine. So it would probably be the. Yeah. Let's see. Let me know if this is better. Like when my voice gets really loud, is that better? I think I did make a couple of they got like the Oh no, I don't mind at all. I don't mind at all. And yeah, it's actually really easy to install. So yeah, I'll definitely start working on it. Yeah. Okay. So I think this should be a little bit better. Yes, thank you so much. All right. Much better. Good. All right. No worries. Yeah, no, I will get all of that. There's a couple of moving parts in my configuration that I got to figure out like when I do it by hand, I just like I don't know how to explain it, but like I have to like download certain fonts and different things. So yeah, I'll get it up and going, and you'll just basically install it on Arch. Well, the idea is to eventually get it to where it installs on Arch, Fedora, and that sort of thing, right? So yeah. Uh, So yeah, I think I'll have like 4 or 5 distros that I can install it on, and then main distros I mean, and then um if you guys want other distros, maybe I might do something in the future. I don't know, but I think I'm just gonna start with Fedora. To be honest, get everything figured out, then get like the dependencies figured out for some of these others. So yeah. All right. Very good. Yeah. Um, well, anyway, I'm glad that my voice seems to be a little bit better now. Yeah. Okay. Jesus. I used to know this. Geez, why do you ask me this question? I used to know. I used to know this. Um, I used to know this. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Mandrake, yes. Mandrake, thank you. Yeah, I knew I had the M. I just couldn't remember. Mandrake, yeah. I actually used Mandrake back in the day and it was good. I thoroughly enjoyed using Mandrake actually. Um, if I do say so myself. I do. I thought that was a really, really good project. Um, And I'm glad that it's kind of still alive, to be honest. All right, so I know I haven't gotten anywhere. I apologize, everyone. Hey, I'll catch you later, Curtis. Hopefully we can get this a little bit better. But anyway, I am definitely going to do something really quick. Like I'm going to y- just I just got to break off for a second, just for about 2 minutes, and I'll be right back. I hate to break now that we got everything going, but anyway, yeah, I'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. Please don't go anywhere. Please, please, please. All right. Um,
think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You can see the writing on the pavement. Young kids, they're growing up in basements. Online, a whole new generation.
Okay. Yeah. The sound got so loud. I've heard everything. What did you eat? I don't know. What did I eat? Oh, non-woke is apolitical. Just a heads up. I would say that much. OpenMandriva or whatever coming out and saying that is just a stunt and a flavor to counter other stunts and flavors. Being truly apolitical, they would have stayed out of it completely and utter and just kept on trucking. The fact that they are messaging around them has said or appears to say that they are anti-woke is just a dog whistle to say they're leaning right in light of many distros leaning left. I won't go more into it. Been rewording this a ton, trying not to piss off when that's not my intent. Hey, you know what, Siegel? That's actually a good point. And actually, the only instance where I've seen that is like, you know, like when they're like trying to project or something. I don't get that from OpenMandriva. The only reason why I know they're like not woke or apolitical is because of certain threads in their messages. And also there was a email sent to Brian Lunduke basically saying as much. They're like, yeah, we're just not in the whole political thing. So I don't think, honestly, that they're just saying, hey, you know, we're not woke, you know, and wokies need not apply and all of this. I don't even think so. I think it's more like they're like, we don't want to know what your political positions are. We don't want to know what your thoughts on politics are and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I don't actually think that they are like saying, hey, you know, we're anti-woke or anti-this or that. I don't even think they care. If I'm being perfectly honest, I don't get the notion at all that they care one way or another. Unfortunately, like I said, you know, there's just a few threads that I've seen in their chats and that sort of thing. And Yeah, I understand. Like there are actual, there are some distros out there that go around and they dog whistle. We're not woke. There's like two or three of those projects out there, and you'll notice I haven't actually done a review on their distro. I actually do think that these people are not woke. I do think that they just don't care. They're apolitical. They don't care, but they want people to know, hey, it's kind of like me. I made a video today and I just wanted the people to know that they're welcome here no matter where they come from, right? That's not a dog whistle. I'm not sitting there going, hey. Okay. Actually, Siegel makes a nice point. Giving the times I'll see myself out. No need for that, okay? But I will say again and stress out, why so much going left when it's clear that far left is nuts? Yeah, probably. A lot less dangerous than the far right, a simple truth. Both deranged but won't attack you blindly. They're far too scared to even fight back when attacked. I know, because they hire folks like me to do that for them. Well, be well, friends. Try to keep both in mind. Sides are someone's plaything. Don't be a toy. I like that, actually. That's actually like really true, right? I think that you're bringing up a really good point. Like if you're like, fringe right or fringe left or whatever. Yeah. Oh, right, right. Okay, so yeah, that's just the way that I don't think you have the Discord app native on apt, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think because it's an Electron app, I don't think that apt has any Electron apps, to be honest. I don't think that I think that since they have snaps, I think that they just rely on that, if I'm not mistaken. But like you can you can get some plugins and that sort of thing. Yeah. Anyway, so the one thing that I will say is um I'll say this though about the OpenMandriva, because there are a lot of them. They go out there and they'll say, "Oh my God, I am not woke. I am." Okay, so you're an alt-right douchebag. Like, in other words, right? Eh, I'm just kidding. Okay, I don't think anyone's a douchebag. But when you go out there and you virtue signal, and you basically, like, instead of dealing with actual like um facts, right, dealing with actual substance, right, you basically want everyone to be on your side, and that's something that I just don't see any need for, right? um so it's kind of like me, right? I make a video today and I want everybody to know that they're welcome here anytime. I don't care who you are. Okay? I don't. I literally could care less. So I basically throw the word out. Here on my Discord server, people will be treated with respect. There will be no harsh insults and that sort of thing. Somebody hit me up. All right. So anyway, so there's that. Um Like on my Discord server, people are going to be treated with respect, or they're not going to be on my Discord server. There's a safe space. But at the same time, I'm not going to be letting people weaponize these culture war narratives and these, you know, identity politics. If you're gay, cool. Like I don't care about that. Like if that's your personality, it's kind of like what I think about like when somebody says, by the way, I use Arch. Now I know some people say it as a joke and it's a meme and I think it's funny, but if you're truly the I use Arch, and let me tell you something, I get it. I got Arch Linux tattooed to my arm, okay? Like right here. I was kind of that way, right? You see it? But okay, so IRC, so there are some apps like so yeah. So I don't know, is it Vietra? You know the so like most of the IRC chat applications, even the GUIs, they're not Electron apps. Okay? The Discord apps are Electron apps. That's the distinction here. And those Discord apps, you know, like the Electron apps, what they do is they'll take like a, you know, the contents of a website and they'll put it into a GUI. That's what a Discord app is. I mean, a Discord. That's what an Electron app is. And so they don't have like a native Discord app for Linux. They just don't. There's not like this GUI and they're using the API and they have like a certain layout and everything. They're all Electron apps. The only ones that aren't are it's a different framework written in Rust. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but that's the distinction. And that's what, you know, and so somebody will set it up with like a snap pack or a flat pack or that sort of thing, and that's the reason. There's nothing nefarious going on, I don't think. The IRC, on the other hand, if you like, for example, if you installed HexChat, well, if you install HexChat, that's just a normal GUI. Like they like set up a normal GUI. So I don't think like the comparison is really a good comparison, if I'm being honest. But the reason why I'm saying this is because I really want people to understand, like people oftentimes will trash snap packs or flat packs or app images. Dude, this makes it so much easier to install software. Like most of you weren't around when Slackware was like the second most popular distro. Yes, HexChat, right? It's just a normal GUI. It was like I think it's a GTK 3 or 4 app, right? Well, the only the Discord apps out there are all Electron apps. So I don't see anything nefarious going on. They're just because Discord is not open source, okay? But it is a cool tool to use. We understand that it isn't open source. But people use it in gaming, people use it in programming and different things. And this is a really popular, platform, but I don't think they're spying on you or anything. Like, I don't have any evidence of that. So I don't think there's anything nefarious going on. Yeah, I cut my teeth. I used to cut my teeth on Slackware, but the simple fact of the matter is, like, I can compile software. Okay, just about any piece of software I can compile. I can compile OBS, Kdenlive. I don't have to necessarily do Ardor, GIMP. I've compiled all of those from source. It's not that hard, but the average person doesn't have those skills. Like, it would take me like a couple weeks to have if it'd probably take me a couple weeks to have a stable image of, a stable build of like OBS, for example, with all the dressings, with all the plugins, right? It'd take me a couple weeks. It would be a big project to undertake, but I could do it. But most people can't. And the idea that you can put this in a sandboxed area, and so if something goes wrong with that application, you just delete it and reinstall it. Dude, that is like the coolest thing ever. I don't care. Just from a technological standpoint, that is the coolest thing ever. So, I actually do like flat packs a lot. I prefer flat packs to snaps, but I like them all actually. Let's see, what do we got here? Let's go back into it. Let's get busy. Let's get busy doing something. Okay. Very good. Ooh, I like. Okay. About the system. All right. Oh, it's Plasma 5 instead of 6, which is good. I actually like Plasma 5. It's X11. Good. I kind of like that, actually. I still prefer X11, but I am kind of getting to where I might want to be taking a look at something else. And I guess the first thing I'm going to do, honestly, let me get my browser. All right. And hold on. I think I'm gonna do this. Just kind of like that, maybe. I think that right there will be just fine. Maybe like that. And then let me go to the browser real quick and let me just kind of hide that. Oh, come on, man. Okay, good. I think we go. I also love Flatpaks. Such cool apps out there. The snaps, kind of icky. I hear you. I hear you. And honestly, like, I'm not one way or the other on that. I really am not. And let's see here. I like my panel kind of small. Like that. All right. Alrighty. Very good. Yeah, I actually hear you on that. I don't particularly like I don't like or dislike snaps, but I understand why people don't like them. And I think a lot of people need to understand they need to understand that, like this whole thing about like locking down your system and locking down like basically like, because when you use snaps, like it's your system's essentially locked down from the bootloader on. It's kind of a crazy situation that they have basically came up with. That's why I prefer Flatpaks, for example, because it doesn't do that. But I get why people like Flatpaks too. And there are some things that are only in Flatpaks, and maybe you might need to use those. Okay. Not a lot of things, but yeah, there's a few things that are just in snap packs, and it doesn't matter if you're a BTW, I use Arch guy, you might have to use a snap pack. I'm not a big snap. I'll tell you though, there is one thing that with snap packs, I like Kdenlive in the snap version. I like it better than Flatpaks. I like it better than app images. Just if I'm being perfectly honest, Kdenlive is really good. And I've thought about, if I'm being honest, I've really thought about just, I've thought about, you know, maybe even like with Fedora, compiling a version of Kdenlive and just like keeping that up to date. It wouldn't be that hard. Like they don't come up with, like, I would only have to like update the image once every 3 or 4 months. Like it doesn't they're not that bleeding edge, even though they come up with things like every like other week. You only really need to update it like every 3 or 4 months and you'll be fine. All right, so let's see what we got here. I think that's probably what we should do. Right here we have Kate. Okay, that's good. System settings, Dolphin, GwenView for an ocular. I like that. No office stuff. That's okay by me. DNF Drake. What is that? Oh, I was, you know what? I was, oh, you know what this is? This is just like Synaptic Package Manager, I bet. I don't know how to use it. Okay. So, like, let's say, oh, all right. All right, how about something like GIMP? Package not found. I'll have to check this out. I don't know what this is. Huh. Does anybody know what this is? I thought this looks like, oh, you know, clean cache. Okay. Let's see what we got here, because this seems kind of interesting to me. All right, so let's see. Oh, I see. So this is not installed. So let's go here. So now, okay. So this is a lot like, Synaptic Package Manager. I like this. This is cool. All right, I'm definitely going to be checking this out. And which, oh, rock. All right, and then then you would install it or whatever. Okay, I like that. Well, let's try and install it. Uh-huh. Hmm. I don't know what all this is. I use that sometimes. Huh. Okay. Let's take a look at that. I'm really interested. Yes, I want to install that. Okay. Yeah, just a synaptic with a GUI. That's exactly it. Very good. Wow, this is really interesting. I'm gonna have to. I am a big fan of Synaptic Package Manager, so very good. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. So now if I go to graphics, I got GIMP. Let's go ahead and open that. Let's see what version I have. Oh, 2.10. Okay. It's a little old, but it works. I can get 3.0 easily enough. Very good. I kind of like this. All right. So let's go ahead and exit. I guess this is what non-woke software looks like, right? I'm just playing. All right. Flat Drake. So this is going to be flat packs, right? Okay. I like this already. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to probably... All right. We got AuthPass. Good. Blackboard Sync. Bubbles. Blue bubbles. At first I thought it said blue balls, and I'm like, ooh boy, somebody wasn't getting laid there. That wouldn't be me. Yeah, exactly. All right, we have elastic. We have a bunch of good stuff. Oh, praise, praise Jesus. Praise the Lord and pass the biscuits. All right. Yes, I do want to exit. Cool. We got some cool stuff here. I don't know here. Now software repository selector. I wonder what this is. Oh, I see. Yeah, downloader. Restricted, non-free. We gotta get non-free here. Yes. Even restricted, I don't care about supported. Well, I know you do that, but I am a web developer. I will never use the Edge. I don't know. I don't think I've ever used the Yandex browser. Let's just see what it does. I'm curious. I got a little time. Microsoft. Oh, Mattermost. I'll have to check that out too. I don't know what that is. Mattermost? A Visual Studio Code IDE. We strongly recommend using the Qt Creator, Kdevelop, and other alternative IDEs. Yeah, like NeoVim, right? I used to use... Alright. My super uncomplicated password. So for each of those things, I have to enter my password. That's a little annoying, but I get it. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so I think... All right. So if I said sudo dnf install Brave browser index, I don't remember the other thing. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay. This is really interesting. I've never used the Yandex browser, but since I'm, looking at browsers, I might as well just check it out. I've been using the Brave browser, if you couldn't tell, and I really like the Brave browser. Yeah, I can definitely do Fedora and or Debian. I use Fedora in my daily as my daily driver on my computer, so I absolutely can. Very good. Okay. Let's take a look at our browser's internet. I want to see this Yandex. I've never. Yeah. Okay. Uh, I don't want to set it as a default. Oh my. All right. We got tab groups right here. We'll continue without looking. I don't really care about the. That's good enough for me. Browse. Dark theme. Huh. Done. All right, and so let's take a look. Go to settings, interface, dark. Tools, ad blocker, good. Wow. This is kind of cool. Of course I use Brave browser. Didn't you see it? Right here. Of course I use Brave browser, yeah. There's not a browser that's completely open source. As much as I would like to have a browser that was completely open source, unfortunately there just doesn't exist one. And so I just try to do the best. Like the only open source browser that I could use, I can't use Firefox. It's completely unusable. I tried Zen browser, but it doesn't actually have camera like support for cameras and stuff like that. So like when you try to when you try to like do like Messenger, like I use Messenger to talk with my family. That's the only, I don't even use Facebook anymore, but I do use Messenger to talk with my family. And I would like to use a different medium, but right now Messenger is what I use to talk with my family. And you know, I would use WhatsApp, but my family doesn't use WhatsApp. So there's that. But anyway, this looks really cool. I don't even know what this is based on, but it looks really cool. Pocket, Evernote. Okay, I see. So, like they have. It looks like it might be Russian though. And I mean, I don't care, but well, I mean, I kind of care. I am of Polish descent, and I have family in Ukraine right now, so. Okay. So they're kind of telling you go to Yandex. This is kind of an interesting little browser. I'm not sure that I would necessarily use it. I kind of like uses Viber. I wouldn't mind using Viber. But anyway, yeah, so that's the only reason why I use that's really the only reason why I use Brave seems to be that fine medium because I don't like I don't like I've tried Chromium, and Chromium that I have problems with. And so it's kind of like, do I need to, like, because a lot of times I gotta get stuff done, and I need certain things from my browser, and I can't take a back seat to it. So unfortunately, Brave isn't perfect. It isn't the perfect solution, but it is the best solution so far. Vivaldi's a close second. And I'm still looking at the Zen browser in the future. I just think that right now the Brave browser for me is the one that I'm going with. But I think it's really interesting, like so let's see here. It would probably be uh, how about this? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that, and then we could do hold on. Now, this is where it's gonna get kind of fun. Uh, all right. All right. This is gonna get kind of fun. So, cd build. Oh, right. Make directory build. Sorry. Oh, I do not want. Wait, hold on. Probably has icons right here, and I can. Can I just say none? Oh. Um. All right. Huh. How can I turn these off? I hate this. Mm, okay. I just unmark these. Oh. This is a very bad way to do this, but some of us just don't like um icons. All right, all right. Yeah. So anyway. Oh, whoa, we. Uh, okay, much better. I can kind of live with that, but I would much rather. Uh-huh. Oh shit. Um. Mm, Oh. Mm. How do you like? I don't know. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. They're all spying on me. Yeah, pretty much, other than Firefox, but Firefox is unusable. And they're still spying on you too. We've just found that out too. They've just admitted as much. The only like there's like two browsers that don't spy on you. And I've tried and I've used Chromium, and that is good. I like Chromium, but I have some problems with it. So yeah, again, it's I'm not a purist. I'm not Richard Stallman. I'm not a Richard Stallman purist. I rely on closed source stuff for like my support for my graphics card. I'm not a complete, I use open source whenever I can. And I do think that most people, if they just spend an extra amount of time, they usually can use open source. I don't disagree. But the simple fact of the matter is you can't always use closed source software. I mean open source software. You just can't. Like for example, I'm a developer. Sometimes I have to use VS Code. Not very often, but every once in a while, there's a couple of things I still can't do on NeoVim just yet. It's getting close though. I might be able to find some workarounds, but so far there's a few things with containerization that is so much easier, and just I'm not going to torture myself when I can just press a couple of buttons and get my container to work. It's like that's a no-brainer. But I know some people they're Richard Stallman. I have a great deal of respect for Richard Stallman. If people understood, I do. I think people care about open source software because of Richard Stallman. And so I have a lot of respect. Like I totally support the FSF. I am actually a paying contributor to the FSF. When people want to like redefine what open source means, they find a brick wall with me because I'm like, I don't see the point. We have all these other open source licenses. Just use one of those. Why do you? And if that doesn't work, invent your own, right? I mean, for crying out loud. Um, but I was just taking a look at it, but I do actually like the Brave browser, probably the best so far. But yeah. So let's see what this is. A software selector. It's kind of interesting. Oh, I didn't choose that, did I? Oh, I see. Okay. Who would use Skype anymore? All right. So if I wanted Rolling Rock or whatever. Am I on the Rock right now? I thought I was on the Rolling release. Okay. Whatever. Hey there, how are you? Destroyer, it's been a while. ¿Qué tal, amigo? So, for those of you who don't know, Tuxer is that was my YouTube channel. My I basically did this in Spanish many years ago and did pretty well, but it's hard to do this in Spanish. So I always stream my old YouTube channel. I always stream on it. So if you hear me speaking Spanish, that's why. Oh, you're on Venom Linux, huh? That's cool. I actually took a look at that the other day. It's actually really good. They're doing a lot of Wayland. They've moved on to Wayland, which is really interesting to me. I remember when they were just starting out as a LFS project. Yeah. Um, Very good. So anyway, with browsers, I know people I know people you know they're like, oh my god, it's closed source. I mean, seriously, like going back to what we were talking about, um, I landed on Firefox. I think pretty much most open source advocates usually wind up on Brave browser. Is usually the consensus these days. I mean, you have DistroTube. He uses the Brave browser. Uh, Luke Smith, as far as I know, still uses the Brave browser. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of us who are using, you know, the Brave browser because it's like I heard it explained to me like what was open source and what was closed source about Brave, and it wasn't that big of a deal. I don't remember the specifics. This was 5 or 6 years ago, but I remember it wasn't a big deal. But I am really impressed with some of this so far. I'm really enjoying using this. So, let's see here. Neovim, right? Uh-huh. Oh, I, all right. So we're going to, oh, I'll bet you, does it have Git? We'll see. I think we do. Um, just probably from a security standpoint. Oh, I know, right? Yeah, he does look like a monk. Well, I mean, he pretty much did. He's, like he is an Orthodox Christian now. So yeah, I saw him not too long ago. He's got like the big beard and stuff. Yeah, you know, I'm happy for him though. As a Christian myself, like like you have to find something that with like when it comes to Jesus, like you have to find what makes you not just what makes you feel comfortable, but what's going to challenge you and get you kind of on the straight and narrow kind of thing. Oh wait, we're not doing that. We are going to do get clone HTTPS. I've done this so many times. sudo dnf get curl wiget. I don't know which is installed, so I'm just gonna install all of them. All right. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. Oh, we gotta install something else. Sudo dnf install sto. Huh. That's interesting. Anybody care to explain this one? Stow? Wait, what? Well, let's go over here to my packages utility. Let's see what they say. Wait, what? This is acting kind of strange. I don't think this would be acting like this. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Yeah, but I have seen this. I have seen it with what's his name? With yeah. Stow. Not installed. Super uncomplicated password. Yeah, I kind of thought Mandriva is dead. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Okay. Huh. I'll have to learn how to use this. This is kind of interesting. Yeah, I thought, I never, I've tried to use this a couple of times. And I heard like some really good things about this earlier. I've been using Fedora forever, and I haven't had this much problems with anything in Fedora. So it's pretty ridiculous because I already tried to use the terminal. That's why I came over here. Watch. Let's see here. Well, sudo dnf install stow. And I know this is in. Okay. It doesn't find it. I do like Fedora, yeah. I've been using Fedora for a while now. I used to hate Fedora. I'll be honest, I did. I hated the Yum package manager. I hated it worse than apt, but DNF is pretty good. It's a little more responsive. We can't find Stow. I don't get that one. Oh, Anti-X, yeah. I use I did a video not too long ago on Anti-X, like a month ago, I think. Maybe 2 months ago. Let's go to the internet. Let's find out why Stow is not working on... Right? I've already done it. DNF installed. Okay. Hmm. So I have to... All right. So DNF isn't... Let's try that. There we go. All right. Now we find out that this needed to be updated. Wow. Now this package manager rocks. This is pretty cool stuff. All right. I'm really curious to see what's going to happen here. Oh, wow. So anyway, yeah. Let's see here. Let's see what this does. All right. Oh. Let's see here. There's no doubt using ChatGPT. I just want to like get through this. I don't really care. Oh, that's right. I do not. Oh my god. Probably will check ChatGPT here in a minute. Or Claude. This is so weird. Okay. So anyway, yeah, that is so weird. So we're gonna get this. I am definitely going to be checking this out here. I don't. Okay, so yeah, so it's a little tongue in cheek. I just don't like being weaponized. Like, so I don't mind. Like, I don't like it when people say, "Hey, you're a straight white Christian male. You can't contribute to our code." That's what I don't like. And so I honestly, I use the word. I didn't use it very seriously. LibreWolf, that's a great browser, and I don't care about someone's political positions. I could care less. I actually, this is why I'm actually doing this right here. I don't care about someone's political positions. I really don't. When it comes to tech, I don't know why it has to be an issue. If you ever take a look at like my Discord server, for example, we talk politics sometimes, but we don't beat each other over the head. And I think that's probably where a lot of us are. Like, it's like, this is tech. This is something that we like. Like, for example, I'll show you something, man. Just so you can see, we have a lot of discussions here. So here's a guy. Let me just, okay. Here's a guy right here that I probably don't agree with politically. If I had to guess, I may not agree with him, but I talked to him on my Discord server. I actually invited him onto my Discord server because we talked on my YouTube channel because I basically trashed the whole Manjaro desktop thing, and so we talked, and it turns out that we kind of have, even though I'm about 10 years older than he is, we have kind of a similar background where we used to be in the fishing industry. I used to be a fisherman in Alaska. He was up more on the East Coast, but we had a nice conversation, and I would have never known that about him if I'd been like, oh, hey, you don't check this little box here, and you don't check this little box here, and this position, yeah, let me just weaponize it. Like, that's so not where I'm at. Why does it have to be an issue of politics? Why? Do I care whether someone's gay or straight? Not really. Do I care whether someone is Christian or Muslim or Buddhist or atheist or not really? I don't care one way or the other. If you were to predict what the GNU/Linux ecosystem, can I be honest? I don't think Linux is going to exist in 5 years. And at least not exactly divide and conquer. Like, I honestly, like, I like to talk to people where they're at. I don't talk down to people. I don't care if they voted for Trump or Harris. People know I didn't vote for Trump, and people know I find Donald Trump very off-putting, to put it mildly. And the thing is I don't think people who voted for him are going to get what they bargained for. And in fact, I think it's gonna blow up in their face. But I do think that their instincts are right. They hate politicians just like I do. I've met several politicians in the state of Louisiana, Texas, and Alaska. I have met them personally. I know what they're like in real life, and they are just pond scum. Okay? Let me tell you something. I've met very few politicians where I went, that person's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, I can. NixOS, um, GNOME, OpenSUSE. Those are just a few. But yeah, they don't necessarily say that, but they're like, hey, um, you know, like though I've been contributing to open source for a long time, for more than 10 years. Okay. I have a lot of experience in this space. But, and I don't think that, they basically say that, like, if I won't walk in a gay pride parade, that I can't contribute to their code, basically. Something like this. Though they don't say outright that I can't contribute to code, but they're like, if you won't walk a mile in my moccasins, kind of thing. And yes, they pretty much say that. Yeah, unfortunately, they do. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that the right does this as well. They use identity politics to divide people. I think both sides do it, and I hate it when they do it. I'm just like an average person. I don't want to be politically involved in, like, if I wanted to be politically involved, I would have a political channel. I don't. It's all about source code. Yeah. But anyway, or a furry customer cost. And our anarchists, see, like, yeah, so like you can see, like, I used to be involved in politics. In the state of Alaska, I'm very well known. Um, when I was a young man, I was very much into politics in the state of Alaska. People still know who I am in Alaska. I debated a lot of people, and I debated Don Young. I think he's since passed away, but he basically, was sitting there saying he was against socialism. And I pointed out to him that you're absolutely for socialist. You're for socialism for the rich. Like, I mean, honestly, I beat him over the head. He had no responses for me. I mean, like, I literally debated him in person in front of like more than 1,000 people, and like afterwards people are like, I can't believe you just like trashed him like you did. It was so cool, that somebody just came up there and gave him a dose of his own medicine. I used to be well known in politics. I met politicians. Okay, I know Lisa Murkowski personally. I know Sarah Palin personally. I know Sarah Palin's family. Okay? I used to be involved. I don't want to be involved in politics. Okay? I have my own beliefs. It's cool. But my channel isn't about that. And so, like, when somebody sits there and tries to weaponize that, oh, hey, you didn't vote for the guy that I like, I'm like, okay. I might actually know those people personally. It's not, I mean, most of the politicians I don't know, but I've met a few in a few different states. I met Dan Crenshaw. That guy's I mean, I don't care what side you're on. If you have, and I'm just saying this, just straight out, okay? Politicians are living the time of their lives while we argue between each other. Yes, exactly. And see, here's the thing that I'm just trying to, like, kind of, like, I'm just trying to move the goalpost back to like a logical place, you know? They are all friends, okay? And the thing is like you go to court, right? If you ever have to defend yourself, I highly don't recommend it, but if you ever have to like defend yourself, I defended myself once in court and I was successful. I did my homework, but the one thing you have to do is you have to hire your own court reporter. Don't don't because I'll tell you transcripts miraculously get altered. They're all in bed with each other. The public pretender and the judge, they go to lunch together. Hey, what do you want to do on this case? What do you want to like, dude? Seriously, I worked as a paralegal for a while before and that's kind of an interesting thing, like being an old man and having all these cool experiences. And you're probably like, man, how many jobs have you had? I've already listed like 3 jobs I've already had just today. But I was a translator from Spanish to English. And I kind of worked as a paralegal. But the thing is I just couldn't really make a living doing it. So I left that space. But I went to court a lot. In a period of like 2 years when I went to court a whole lot. And I can tell you personally, I know that a lot of people probably don't know this, right? But I saw with my own eyes. I saw the public pretender having lunch with the judge right before a certain case happened. Now that's supposed to be illegal, but they were doing it. Before they decided on a certain case, and I'm not saying that, necessarily that the public pretender was buying lunch for the judge or the judge was buying lunch for the public pretender, right? No, not at all. And you've noticed I won't call him a public defender because I have yet to see very many public defenders actually defend the best interest of their client. It just doesn't happen very often. They're all in bed with one another, okay? And so, like, when you get these people who are all into these identity politics, left or right, I don't care. For example, I met Dan Crenshaw of Texas. I met him in an event a few years ago when I was in the States. That guy is the biggest piece of garbage I have ever laid eyes on. I don't like to judge people like that. But it's obvious that he has an agenda, and the average person isn't on his agenda. That's all I'm going to say. I shouldn't even call him a piece of garbage because, I mean, honestly, I don't know. But here's the thing, like, this is why I was using the word wokey and stuff, like, I'm using it in a different sense, okay? So if someone thinks for 1 second that I'm like going right, well, I'm really not. We know each other very well. There's nothing under the sun that's called human experience. We need to evolve from that. I actually think you're right. Yeah. I'm kind of that way myself. I cannot get this stow thing to work. This isn't something that works out of the box. Okay. Is there a... I'm going to try. That was. Uh, yeah. Hey, you know what, Rotten Mouse? Hey, I'm glad you showed up. Honestly, I hope that I hope that at least at the very least, I'm not a conservative. Okay. Um, I actually, if I voted, probably if I were to like have my choice for president, it'd be somebody like Bernie Sanders. It would be somebody who's not a not a necessarily a professional politician, like Ro Khanna. I like Ro Khanna. I would vote for Ro Khanna for president. Absolutely. So I'm not a conservative. I am Christian though. Um, the day I met Jesus was the best day of my life. Um, I wasn't doing so well when I was a teenager. Let's just put it that way. And um, you know, there's a lot of things, a lot of depth that I've gotten from this book right here. And I read it in 3 different languages. So it's pretty cool, that, so when I say I'm a white Christian male, I am a Christian by conviction, but I don't beat people over the head with it. Yeah, I think they are class issues. I think you're right. But I would definitely just the simple fact of the matter is, if you just take a look at 1940 to 1980, things were based on FDR's New Deal. I mean, this is an oversimplification, but if you take a look at 1980 till now, just 1980 to 2020, another 40 years. You just put those side by side. There's no comparison. The rich are robbing us blind. And they were kind of robbing us blind in the 40s and 50s and 60s, but they weren't robbing us like they are now. And so it tells me that maybe they had something there that we don't have today. That's all. I'm not getting uber political about it, but it seems to me, if you just take like, if you're just like, if you have like this mindless drivel right, and all of that. But anyway, I'm glad you stopped by. Like, I honestly, like, when I put stuff like this, yeah, it's clickbait. I'm not gonna lie, it is. But at the same time, I don't want to be beat over the head with it, right? I actually want. Let's see if I can just install this right here. It won't allow me to update, but so like that. That is so weird. But anyway, yeah, I'm glad anybody shows up like this, like, I honestly want to create an environment where we push back on the status quo and we just say, like, hey, look, maybe, we can just treat each other with dignity and respect. You know? Like, at the end of the day, I think that would go a long way for. I think at the end of the day, that would go a long way if we just treated each other with respect. And kind of like um I actually just I just want to be able to, just kind of like talk, right? I want to show open source, show programming, show all of these cool things. And, like, for example, I talked about, and here's the thing, I wasn't being political when I said this. I made a video about my support for Ukraine. I wasn't being political about it, though. And you might say, oh, that sounds political, but here's what I was saying. I was actually talking about Linus Torvalds' response and saying that, well, you really can't blame them. There's a sanction and they have to honor the sanction. That was the crux of it. But I was like, but at the same time, I'm of Polish descent. My great grandmother's birth certificate's written in Russian. She was a German living in Poland at the time. They were called Vistula Germans. That was my great grandmother, they are all about colonialism, and they basically want to use their force and wield it over smaller nations, and they've been doing this for a couple hundred years now. And that doesn't mean all Russian people are bad. I don't think that's true at all. All right, so let's take a look at my repos. I saw something here. And so, like, there was all these people who were like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay. Okay, let's try that. All right. Oh, I need root privileges, huh? This is really interesting so far. Jeez. Oh my God. How is it that Stowe is not? Oh my God. I mean, I can build this by source easy enough. I don't think it will be a big deal, but oh my God. I am determined to make this work. Okay. So I think they said, whatever. Okay, so anyway, I'm glad, again, a lot of people probably took offense to what I was saying or something, but, I'm definitely not a, Oh, URPM is what it was previously. Okay. All right. Okay. Sudo dnf fresh. This is kind of how you should learn. You're definitely not a what? I'm not sure. AI? Is that what he said? Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see about the. Uh, oh, sorry. Yeah, that's a bad habit of mine. Sometimes I get lost in what I'm doing and I cut off. Okay, no problem. No, I'm definitely not necessarily conservative, but I'm not a liberal either. I'm a mixed bag. I believe certain things on both sides are that are definitely true. And I there are people on the left that I appreciate. Like I appreciate everybody on the Young Turks, like especially like Cenk and Anna. Like those people are like good faith actors. Like regardless of whether or not you agree with them, like 100% that they believe every word that they say. Um, Not even like like Jane could have like rode the gravy train at MSNBC. Like he really could have. Um, I'm not necessarily trying to, um, you know, uh, I don't always agree with them. But I think that like if they say something comes from a good place. I also think the majority report's all right. I think Destiny's pretty good. That's on the left. Those people are good faith people, right? There are people on the right that I agree with sometimes, but I'm, like again, it's like if it comes to the issue of abortion, for example, I I think that there are things that um I think things are very complicated. Like abortion's very complicated because if you're talking medically speaking, I don't know if you know this, but a miscarriage is an abortion. When a woman when she has a miscarriage in the toilet, like she needs to go to the doctor and have the doctor scrape that stuff out, or else she'll continue to bleed and that sort of thing. I don't know if I'd say there that Destiny or is on the TYT is on the left. Oh, yeah. I'm not trying to gatekeep here, but they're kind of liberals that are not left to me. Okay, that's a good, yeah. Well, okay, right, but they are liberal, right? They do want like the economy to keep going, but they are liberal. Like again, it kind of comes down to, okay, so do they check all these boxes? Like what's the deal? I don't know if they do check all these boxes, but I don't know if they I do have probably an opinion, but it's like one of those things where I'd rather try and solve the problem. I don't want to just like get out there and go, um, I'd rather solve the problem. Is it a problem? Well, I would think so, to be honest. Oh, hey, thank you for coming on to my Discord server. I actually like that. Thank you so much, Rotten Mouse. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate it. Welcome. Um, and so I try not to like, one of the things that I don't do is do I think that there have been probably too many abortions? Yeah, probably. And, like one of my best friends, yes, I do. Devices, IoT devices. No, I don't actually. I'm kind of interested in it, but I don't know a lot about. Um, I, I like being in front of my desktop or my laptop, I guess now. Um, oh, ESP32s. Have you tried Void Linux? Because Void Linux has a lot of that extra stuff. I'll give you an example. I had this 32-bit. It's broken now, but I had this 32-bit tablet, and I installed Void Linux on it, and it read everything. It read the Wi-Fi card. It read everything right out of the box. Yeah, it was beautiful. But you might try that. You might try um Void Linux because they have a lot of those things. At least they used to. That was as of a few years ago. Some things have changed in the Void space. If you saw me like cutting my teeth on it recently, like I have to figure this stow thing out. Oh, I know how I can do this. Hold on. Okay. No, I totally understand. And Void is a lot like Arch in a lot of ways, but I totally understand. The problem that you're going to have is, and maybe I might misunderstand your problem, but it sounds like you have some problems with like 32 bits, not 32-bit support, but trying to get um what is it? Like trying to get like the backwards compatibility to 32-bit, if that makes sense. I think you're still on a 64-bit computer though. But you're trying to get some backwards compatibility because the ESP32 is wait, ESP32. Let me see. Maybe. Okay, so they're an old. Okay, so it's a. Oh, it's a Wi-Fi chip. Yes. Yes, you're probably gonna have to use something like Void Linux. Actually, I don't know how to install. Or you could try to figure out how to install that driver. That installing drivers are not that complicated if you know which one to install. But that sometimes trying to find the right one is kind of difficult. But I would say if I were you, I would just use a thumb drive, install Void Linux on it, and see if the Wi-Fi doesn't pick up. If it picks up automatically, then you're good to go. And you'll have your Wi-Fi. Um, I I do know how to, so like the whole embedded systems, that's a really complicated thing with, especially even with Arch Linux. I used Arch Linux for 10 years. Um, if it's gonna work, oh, well, I mean, I guess you could choose this AUR package. Um, maybe, oh, original official development framework for ESP32, like this ESP IDF4, maybe. Um, you got the tool chain here that might. So this is a solution for the development branch. So they do have some development for it, but I don't see. Well, they have ESP32, I guess, in the AUR, right? Mm. Yeah, I don't know. You might try that. It's an Arduino. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Um, I could probably figure it out if I had some time, if I had the chip in front of me, but yeah, it's gonna be a little fussing around. There's no doubt about that. Um, uh, yeah, you're gonna fuss with this. But just let me ask you, just confirm that you do have a 64-bit with your Arduino, right? It's 64-bit? Because if it's 32-bit, it won't matter if you get that working. It won't work because Arch Linux only has 64-bit support. They dropped the 32-bit support in like 2016 or 18. Something like that. In which case, you would go with, you would probably want to go with Void Linux. Void Linux is great, by the way. It's like what Arch was before Arch, like before Systemd and everything. It's pretty good. That might be an avenue. Also, Fedora might actually have that, so you get like a lightweight desktop like XFCE. And Fedora sometimes has some really good support for different drivers and that sort of thing. The only other thing I could tell you is to build it from source, like with Gentoo or something, but that takes forever. Like nobody likes doing that. Like I have a love-hate relationship with Gentoo. But anyway, I am going to take a quick break. I'm not going to be much longer, but I'll definitely go a little longer, maybe. Just give me a couple minutes.
I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. yeah, we were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
All right, I made it back. Okay. Yeah, I'm back. Back in the sack, Jack. Anyway, this was really good. All right, let's see what else we can get into. So I do remember something here. Let's do this. I'll bet you I can install Stow. Let's see here. And let me get the browser going. Okay. Let's see if this works. You see here? I don't. Oh, yes. So sudo dnf 5 install stow. This is so weird. How is oh. Is it GNU stow? What? How is it? I don't care if I have to install this from source. This is just so weird. Is any of you like following like what's going on here? Like how is oh my god. Okay. Cool enough. I thought if I okay. Um let's try that. I bet you I get stow now. Sudo DNF update. This is a bad repo. Crap. Oh. I thought you could remove it like that. Uh, mhm. Mm, this, Ugh. This is so. Oh my god. Wow. Oh, I see. So I have to have one of the rolling or the cooker. I have the wrong one. Okay. All right, I got it. So if I come over here, can I install this? All right. Okay. I figured this out. So mainly I just need to shut down. I thought I had downloaded the rolling release, but obviously I didn't. Um, okay. So let's go back up here to OpenMandriva. Oh, I did. Ugh, the rock version. It's because on one page it's different. So if I come over here, for example, I think this is the newest one. I hope it is. All right. Okay. All right. That sucks. So that's what. Okay. It'll take me a few minutes here, and then I'll just reinstall it, and then we'll get Stow installed, and then we'll have like a real system here. All right, let's go back to like one. I've never used this, and at least not in recent. I'll go ahead and delete that. Okay. And what we're going to do is I'm definitely going to move that to trash. I think, right? Okay. So according to this, they have um okay, according to this, they have Stow in the rolling release. They don't have it in the rock release, which is kind of interesting to me. Okay. So who's all there? Leave me a comment. And cool deal. Thank you for joining my Discord. I love it when I have new people on Discord. I love it a lot, actually. Um, yeah, so anyway. Seagull, we miss you. Where are you? Are you around? Awesome. I need to go ahead and deal with that as well. I just want to get this. All right. Wow. They were early today. Oh, yes, the clock changed. Okay. I'm also on Mastodon on techhub.social, and I'm also on Blue Sky. Those are my distro of choices. All right, so now we got the rolling release. All right. Let's see if I can do this again one more time. Oh my God, I can't believe it's taken me this long. All right. Open. Oh, sorry. Uh, I'm only gonna put 8 CPUs. 25 is good for me. Finish. Here we are. We're gonna get this done. If I can set this up, oh my god. I might be happy with this. I'm not sure, but it might pass the smell test. That's all I'm asking. I just want it to pass the smell test. All right. American English sounds good to me. No, I'm not in London, folks. I swear I'm not in London. Please don't look for me in London. Install now. Rome. That's what I was. So supposedly they have some of this software. See, there was a lot of software that was missing when I was taking care of or looking at this. So I'm kind of interested to see like if there might be like maybe their repos are a little updated, something. I don't know. This is actually really fast. I gotta say, I really am enjoying. Wow. So I guess people have kind of moved on, but that's all right. Uh-huh. Okay, welcome. Let's see what this was. Mandriva is exciting desktop, blah blah blah. Ooh, okay. Yeah, this is interesting. Bug report, fresh packages, web browser. Automatic build farm, ABF. I've seen that. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I'm gonna do a few things here. For one, I think I'm just gonna pin that, and then I'm gonna get these icons off here. I would actually like to just Okay. Oh wow, this looks like this is 6. Hmm? There we go. Kind of like that a little bit better. All right, I like that a lot better actually. All right. So I want to see if this has this. So if I do DNF update, this is kind of how I learned distros, right? Like, I might take a little time and actually learn this, but let's see here. Okay. Oh God. All right. PO. Go. Yeah, text live. We have a lot of things, but Stowe is not on here, and I need this actually. Dunst, yeah. This is weird because it did say that I had it. All right. Let me do a few things here. Let me see what we got here for got spectacle, direct trade. I can build this from source. I don't care about that per se, but I would like STOW. No. All right. Um, uh, let's do that. Let's do the repository selector, everyone. All right, extra restricted. I can't believe that for the life of me. Okay, let's do it. Let's do. All right. I basically Okay, now we got stow. All right, praise the Lord. Sudo dnf install stow. There we go. Now I can download my dot file. Okay, so that's all there is to this. So basically, I guess the lesson learned today, if I'm being perfectly honest, and this went a little longer than I planned. I'd only planned on doing this for about an hour, just installing my dot file. So let's do that real quick. I'm just going to install my dot files. Or sudo dnf install kitty. You gotta install kitty. I mean, good God. You think this browser, do you think this terminal could actually keep up with kitty? I mean, really? Okay. Anyway, so I got it now. So that's, so you just basically have to, okay, I got it. So you just have to, this just went way too long. Ah. All right. This went way too long, if I'm being honest. And Rotten Mouse, I'm glad you stopped by. I'm glad everyone stopped by. Who's still with me? I mean, I'm just curious. Is there anybody? There's one person. Okay. Hey, leave me a chat. Yeah, leave me a message. Let me know. All right. I finally figured this out, though. Very good. All right. So let's change the wallpaper just because I don't like it. I'm thinking. I like that OpenMandriva. Oh, wow, that looks nice. I'll have that, and then we'll come over here. I think the configuration's okay. There we go. Ah, so I can just unclick these. Okay. It doesn't matter. Okay. I'm not a KDE user, so you have to forgive me there. But anyway, we're doing good. Let me get a little darker theme. Not terribly dark, but just darker. So that I can see the screen. Maybe like that. Kind of cool. All right. Let's go to the desktop. Make dir build. And actually, I don't want it. Let's here. I'm just gonna go get clone dot files. No, get clone. Is there anything that I would be using right now? I don't think so. Wait, hold on. Let me just move. Ash. I don't know what this has in it, so I haven't taken a look at this bash.rc file yet. So now let's go to top files. So dot. Now I have kitty, right? Okay, I don't have. All right, so let's go ahead and make directory cargo, and then touch cargo sudo dnf exa. All right. So I think I got it installed now. Let's see here. Huh. All right, sudo install easy, eh? Oh boy. You're just... Oh, okay, I got it. Yes. Gotcha. So, I'm gonna go sudo dnf install rust z. Easy, eh? Yeah. Here we go. So now we are going to do sudo Kate no sudo cd dot sudo Kate. All right. Now I think we're doing pretty good. All right. Who's still with me? Give me a comment. Give me some encouragement. I got some pretty good encouragement now. All right. Now we just got to do Starship. All right. We'll do that. Oh, good God. Wait, whoa. No. What kind of crappy buff? Uh-huh. I'm going back over here. I gotta use a real browser. I'm sorry. I do. I'm sorry. I'm not. Let's see. I would try the Yandex, but let's just try this right here. Brave. Oh, sorry. Brave browser. All right, so we're good. Now we just need one other thing. DNF install Node.js. All right. That's no good. Ah, all right, all right. It's taking forever. Sudo DNF update. All right. Now, don't think I need that anymore, right? And so there's, ooh, I like this right here. I like this a lot. You wait until, huh? I like that a lot. Hmm. Oh, right. What was that? Spaceship, space some. I always forget when I'm a little tired right now. Starship. I think it's just like this, right? Wait a minute. Alrighty. Looks like that installed. Yeah. I didn't install my nerd fonts because they're not installed. But okay. So we finally got somewhere. And so if, for example, let me do one more thing and I think we're gonna be done. Sudo DNF install neovim. All right, so now we're gonna go switch lazy vim. Gonna be a while. Okay. I do want to make sure sudo dnf install gcc. All right, there will be some getting used to some of this. I'm not sure what it is, but I think we'll be able to figure this part out too. I think actually we got a pretty good distribution. It has some learning curves, it has some pain points, but it's nothing too crazy. I could get along with this very easily, actually. Just kind of getting to know the quirks. Once I get to know the quirks, I might put this on real hardware. And then, it usually doesn't take me 3 times to figure out a distro. So this is a little bit above board for like a new user, so to speak. But I think I could actually live in this fairly easily. Let me know what you guys think. Would you be able to live in this? Let me know in the section below. I'm sorry for like trying to get through this, and I guess I should have probably taken a look at it and fussed with it a little bit beforehand. And normally I do that on a distro, but this one I wanted to do just kind of willy-nilly. I thought because I've actually fired this up before, I didn't think that there would be any difficulties. And boy, was I wrong. I didn't mean to install the rock version initially. I knew that that was the stable version, but I didn't imagine that that would be like such a big deal. I really didn't. And so this is really interesting to me, to say the least. So, yeah. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And if you like this, be sure to be checking out my live streams, because I gotta tell you, I'm going to put this out there really soon. So anyway, this is a really cool distro. It feels super solid. Every time I've used OpenMandriva, it's been super solid for me for the most part. There's been some, I guess I don't know what you would call it, like some learning pains or something, but for the most part, I've been happy with the OpenMandriva project over the years. I have checked it out a few times. I haven't really like looked at it in probably 5 or 6 years, because like I always thought it was kind of a dead project. It's alive and well, and I might use this in the future. I don't know. I would. The other thing is with the OpenMandriva project, kind of like how it plays nice with Fedora. You might be able to, like, someone might be able to make like a immutable desktop out of this. and use the OpenMandriva repos and, like their tools and stuff. That's a possibility. I see a lot of potential here of things I'd be interested in checking out in the future. So anyway, that's pretty much it for me today. I've been streaming for about 5 hours, I think 6 hours, something like that. So I got to go to work. I hope everybody has a great day. Be blessed, everyone. Be nice to one another, that sort of thing. And I had a really good stream today, and I think that I just two really good streams so far, which is really, it's not unusual, but it's very encouraging to me in one day. I just did back to back streams, which was really cool. So, anyway, take care, everyone, and I'll see you later.